I have always been here for this family, and how dare you say otherwise?
Everything you do is for Blanche. To tell you the truth, I am surprised that you even made it to the funeral at all.
Maybe you would have been happier if I hadn't.
Maybe not happier, but at least this family would be able to grieve for Big Daddy without wondering what is in it for Blanche.
Rose, Blanche, this is the part where my good friends are supposed to shut off the TV and run after me. So either shut off the TV or I'm going to hurl it through the window. Thank you. I'm touched.
How you holding up, Dorothy?
You know, folks, I've been at this job almost 4 years now, and in that short time, I can honestly say that I have never seen such an inept, clumsy, downright stupid attempt to avoid paying income tax.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you.
I have a confession to make. Ma, I came here to beg you for the last time not to get married. I didn't want you and Max together because it looked like you were cheating on Pop. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I still think of the two of you as being married, and I didn't want Max taking Pop's place, but...
She melted in
Where exactly are your loins?
Rose, it doesn't matter. Just listen. She melted into his arms, faint now with the animal musk of him.
I didn't know people had loins. I've heard a loin of pork. Morning, Ma. How you feeling?
I'm not sure. What did we have for dinner last night?
Mexican.
Oh, then I'm okay. Hi, girls.
Guess where I'm going? Hey, I'm almost sure that I don't have to ask this, but you are aware that toilet water comes in a bottle.
Here. Oh, cat food.
Oh, Rose, have you been feeding those strays again?
I can't help it, Dorothy. I heard them howling and moaning all night. How do you ignore something like that?
I'm getting used to it. Well, I mean, look, among the four of us, each of us conceived our children in a different way. I was totally unconscious. When I came to, there was Stan, carving a notch in his dashboard.
I never bought that unconscious story.
You wish you would give me the benefit of the doubt.
Why can't you give me the benefit of logic? Look, Blanche, I'm not saying you're crazy, but places, smells, sounds, they're all very powerful suggestions. I mean, isn't it possible this is all your imagination, Blanche? Blanche. Fine.
Blanche, you're wearing my earrings.
Oh, I know that.
But when I asked you before where they were, you said you didn't know, and now you're wearing them.
Well, Rose, there could be two explanations. Either I was lying or I was wrong about the number of explanations. No, I know. But, oh, I'm gonna miss you, honey. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. Oh.
I just love to watch you. Whoa!
Show you. Look. 10 carats and not a flaw. I brought it today on time.
Very nice. Look, I was thinking, maybe you shouldn't go through with this.
I have to go. I've never felt so happy. Now I have Dorothy and Blanche and Sophia to keep me warm. Not just on a cold winter's night, but all year long. Take care of them, God. If anything happened, I just...
Rose, thanks for the lovely prayer.
Excuse me again.
I can't believe it. I am going to be a grandfather. Think about it. Part of me is going to be passed on to that child.
Well, I'm sure we'll learn to love it anyway.
He committed suicide?
In a manner of speaking, he'd have died whether he'd been here or not.
I'm so glad. Not that he's dead.
I know. I just had to tell you, you had nothing to do with it.
Thank you.
And if he had to die...
No.
Oh, Rose, Italian men are just the sexiest, most romantic, most gorgeous men in the world. And of course, they just worship me because I'm blonde and feminine and young with a great body.
What mirror do you use?
I want to enjoy being with my favorite niece. No.
Okay, how about this one? What was the name of the informant who Crockett and Tubbs accidentally set up in the Cool Running episode? There's no way.
That was Noogie, better known on the street as the Noog Man.
Now, David, clean up this mess and then go to bed.
And why don't you clean up the mess yourself? I mean, what's the big deal? We were just having some fun. You know that those happen to be my friends you just threw out? You know, this really stinks. Well, what am I supposed to do for the next 2 weeks? Just sit around and listen to your arteries?
Okay, what if nobody asked me to dance?
Now, Dorothy, think. If there's somebody out there who is willing to dance with the corpse, there's somebody willing to dance with you.
Blanche, wait. Listen, I think maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Nonsense! I promise you're gonna have...
He really doesn't want to do.
Well, so what? Maybe you were responsible, but it got him up off his duff. What's wrong with that?
Absolutely the best thing for him. And the best thing for you, Rose. Listen, have you even considered taking him up on his offer?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I have responsibilities.
Rose, haven't you ever done anything to...
It was real. Dorothy, it's Stan. Didn't you recognize me?
Of course I recognized you. That's why I slammed the door in your face.
Still the...
Good night.
Ma, I am not gay. I just wanted to get your reaction.
I'll tell you the truth, Dorothy. If one of my kids was gay, I wouldn't love him one bit less. I would wish him all the happiness in the world.
It's because you're the greatest mother in the world.
And we rip them up.
Wait a minute, Rose. Have you seen the rest of these pictures?
I'd rather not.
Honey, I think there's some mistake. Look, here's Blanche in bed with Charlie, but this one's Blanche in bed with a pontoon boat. Here's Blanche in bed with a big orange from the...
Well, it's the reason I'm here.
I knew it. I knew you had a reason. Better be a good one.
I'm dying.
What?
I'm dying.
Oh, my God, I don't believe it.
What?
Take a look. That's snow. Yeah, it's kind of light and wimpy, but it is snow.
White Christmas in Miami? Can you beat that?
Oh, this calls for some Christmas music. We could have watched it all day, but visiting hours were only from 10 to 4.
I couldn't sleep. I just kept tossing and turning, thinking about the terrible mistake I made.
Blanche, you did the right thing.
have to do to get rid of him?
The next step is to ascertain the condition of your exterior. For this, I need to perform a cursory inspection of your subterranean substructure.
You mean crawl under the house?
Anybody can make it sound stupid.
Poor man, how does he face himself every day, knowing his life is devoted to killing?
Brave.
Too late, Ma. Good night.
Breakfast in his underwear. I hope that's not a problem for anyone.
I need a cigarette.
No, Dorothy, you sit right down here. Now, you need to exercise a little self-control. Dorothy, listen, you can quit smoking. Now, just do it the way I did it. Just taper off. Smoke only after sex.
Good idea.
Oh, no.
And it's finally happened. I cannot believe it. I have lost it, haven't I?
In more back seats than any woman I know.
Ma, you're not feeling any better, are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
But you look terrible.
Gee, I guess I won't be making it in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
He was not embarrassed. He was proud.
Well, why shouldn't he be? Maybe he was out with the woman he loved.
Oh, please, Rose. There was a 40-year age difference. I mean, what could they possibly have in common?
Well, girls' love has no definition, no boundaries. Age has nothing to do with it. Sometimes two people who seem to have the least in common.
For it, and the name is Blanche Devereaux.
Why would you name a room Blanche Devereaux? Oh, it's been such a lovely day. Mr. Sunshine really gave us one of his biggest and brightest smiles. Oh, I feel like putting my arms around Mother Nature and giving her a big kiss. Hi, pension fund. I'm not going to be getting pension checks anymore. Well, I can't afford to live without that pension.
Well, honey, now let's not panic. I'm sure they can't just cut you off.
She's right. There has to be a good explanation. Honey, you'll call them tomorrow. Everything will be fine.
Well, what if it's not? What if I can't pay my own way? What if I can't afford food?
Oh, I just don't believe I'm about to see Jamie again. Last time I saw him was at George's funeral. Of course, I didn't look all that good. Red is such a bad color on me.
You wore red to George's funeral?
Everything I said would happen has. He's been more attentive, he's sent you flowers, he's done your laundry, and returned most of it. We're right on schedule, but tonight he's going to ask you if you're seeing other men. Do you know what you're going to say?
Wrap it out of your hat.
Abracadabra, hocus picus.
Hocus.
Where's the damn rabbit? Give the other hat.
Sophia, he's terrible.
No, he's not. He's terrific. Oh, you mean the act? We'll work on it.
Girls, I'm tired of sitting here. Let's go.
I can't believe it. There was an announcement in the paper. Her friends must have realized she died. Why didn't they come?
They were too busy celebrating.
You go ahead. I just want to sit here a while longer.
And the good news is that Sophia's still with us. So now you have the chance to tell her how you really feel about her.
I'll go first. Sophia, I drove 30 miles and missed a day of work just to be here. I think it's very selfish of you not to be dead.
Did you hear that, Dorothy? Surprise parties make Blanche want to throw up.
Honey, why don't you go and take that bath, and we'll just forget the fact that, that today is really your birthday.
Well, I don't see how anybody can hate birthdays. Splurged? Okay, 1 year we went to Chicago to tour the stockyards. But it was our 20th anniversary. We had a romantic trip coming.
You must have been the envy of every woman in St. Olaf.
Oh, it was more than the stockyards. We even got to...
At 2, Judas.
No, it's me, Rose. So you two found out about this thing too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Well, let me give you a little friendly advice. You're wasting your time. Because that thought...
Other things too. We console each other, we help each other, we advise each other. And then we talk about sex again.
I am so glad that my date with Barry is tomorrow. The fat won't have time to show.
It won't?
No, it always takes a few days before it shows. Transparent.
You're the one who always complains that her birthday parties are dull and boring. When I saw Mr. Ha-Ha's advertised on television, it looked like fun.
Yeah, for a 5-year-old, Rose. Or someone who thinks like one.
I ruined your birthday.
Oh, no, you haven't. You haven't ruined it.
At 8 o'clock.
See you later, Boff. I'm Biff. Patrick.
Blanche, come on. Well, hi, Mr. Vaughn.
Oh, please call me Patrick.
Thank you for coming. Well, I hope you're not too upset over this, Dorothy.
I've just been thrown out of an unauthorized Elvis fan club. I'll try to pick up the pieces and go on with my...
Dorothy, go after her.
I will not. I'm not the only one who was cruel and vicious. I have feelings, too.
Morning, Dorothy.
I'm not talking to you.
I guess you're still upset with me about last night, aren't you?
No, I'm upset because...
Crimped on his stallion and rode that horse thief down, and then to teach me a lesson about the justice system, Granddaddy dragged that horse thief into court with me as the star witness. I had to testify in front of a packed courtroom. You must have been terrified. Oh, honey, I was. I didn't know what to wear.
Oh, sweetheart, let's promise we'll never, ever let something like this come between us again.
I promise. From now on, no more fighting.
Good.
By the way, how did you know I was here?
Well, that didn't last long, did it? Hello.
Hello, Sophia.
Oh, Sophia, how's Agnes?
About the same.
Another scene like you did at the funeral.
Scene? What scene? It's not my fault the klutz tripped over my foot and nearly fell into an open grave.
You didn't have to yell, "Start shoveling, boys," as he tried to get up.
Sophia?
Dorothy, do you hear a dog howling?
I think we should order champagne.
Caviar!
Yahoo! We're rich!
It has to be here somewhere.
It's not in the laundry room closet.
It's not in my bedroom, but I knew I didn't hang it in there.
Like you don't shovel it in by the pound every chance you get. Ma!
Girls, I really don't feel very good. I gave this a shot, but I can't make it.
No, Rose, yes you can.
No, I can't.
Rose!
I can't, Dorothy. It's too hard.
Russell, come back! Russell, come back here! Come back here! Russell!
Looks like it's just you and me, Blanche.
Rose, I'm afraid I have to leave.
Are you in pain?
I will be if my wife catches me and she...
Home remedies could work a lot better.
You know, Sophia, you're absolutely right. When I was a little girl, Mama used to rub eucalyptus oil on our necks and then tie a sock around to keep it warm. Why, it cleared your sinuses up just like that.
My mother always used to sing to us and make us gingerbread bed.
Really, Rose? I think Michael DeBakey does that before surgery.
In the over 80 category, you don't have to be. We were the only couple who could do the mambo without a walker.
Don't believe her. Your mother has some great moves. I'll see you tomorrow, Sophia.
Okay, Tony, take care. Give me a break, would you?
Hi, Dorothy.
Rose, there's something we have to talk about. There was an article in today's paper.
The one about the UFO being a secret bomber?
I'm sorry, Rose.
Sorry for what? Just because that one bomber wasn't a UFO doesn't mean we should stop watching for others. Well, we aren't going to waste this day. We have to do something constructive.
Jeopardy is on in 15 minutes.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go.
I'll just slice up this cake and bring it in.
Sophia, don't you have to go back to work?
Please, I don't perform brain surgery. I give people directions to the cafeteria. Listen, what happened?
Nothing, Ma. Don't worry. I'm just fine.
Yeah, it's nothing serious, Sophia. Probably just a pulled muscle.
It happened in class when she tried to do a 6-count Cincinnati riff with a double pullback. It goes something like this. The story really got around. I must have heard it 100 times. Everybody thought it was a big joke.
Well, that must have hurt.
It hurt a lot, and it made me angry. I was so mad I refused to make strudel for a year.
That's not so bad.
So do I.
Well, then don't. Stay on a few more days.
Oh, I've got a meeting with a client first thing Monday morning.
Then I'll go back to Charleston with you.
Say again.
Look, I know how I feel about you, and I flatter myself to think that you feel the same way about me. Now,
Boy, there is nothing more frustrating than waiting for one of these suckers to rise, and it just won't. reflection on you.
I know why you...
I've done it for so long now, I don't know if I can get by without it.
Well, maybe this is a good time to start.
Rose is right. Listen, you're going to get an A in that class. We're going to help you do it. And as far as that professor is concerned, you should report him immediately.
You think I should?
Absolutely. You know, when I first started teaching, the school...
Leaf story.
Please, Rose, if this is a story about a man named Leaf, I don't want to hear it.
It's not that long.
No.
It has a surprise ending.
All right, Rose, just the ending, but keep it short.
Splat.
Belle and I spent our most intimate moments there.
Ma, is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, stay out. You barged in on me enough when you were a kid. Moscow was one clean town. No litter on the streets, and all the bugs are in the American embassy.
Thank you, Sophia. And thank you all. Remember, give peace a chance. The Moscow audience is the...
Doc says you got to take a little ride out to the sun deck.
Great. Who wants to drive?
I'll do it. It's nice not to be a passenger in one of these things for a change. I want you to tell me the whole story all over again from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah, from the time that you left when you were walking across the...
Dorothy.
Mr. Yamamoto from the school district. I'm so sorry. I thought you were the man Dorothy's having the affair with. I mean, the man Dorothy said he's always so fair with her. Of course, I would expect you to be fair and polite.
Now that's too eerie.
The dogs are on my tail again. Through the river. Run through the river.
Ma, we've just put in a new bell. It's to scare people.
It'll never work. Hello. Are you true?
Jim? Aren't you gonna get mad?
No. You want to play another hand?
Now, if you don't get mad, you take the fun out of it. You're still a...
M-I-A-M-I doesn't spell Miami Beach. It spells Miami. I told you not to add beach.
Oh, fine. You find something to rhyme with Miami, hotshot.
Mammy. Whammy, clammy, Alabama, hootenanny, salami.
This stinks. After the swell gift I sent him...
What was it?
A catalog item.
LL Bean.
Victoria's Secret.
Here it is, my present from Kirsten. Oh, she always knows just what her mother wants.
My date will be here soon. I'd better get ready.
Oh, Ma, will you knock it off?
Oh, you're right. At 82, what am I going to get ready? I always have my purse, and I shouldn't pee until he's got the motor running.
At any age, you ought to be ready for your date, Sophia.
Blanche, she doesn't have a date.
No, I was thinking more about that time.
Obsessed. You have this irrational need to get Roger to like you. Now, why are you doing this?
I guess it all started when I was a little kid at the orphanage. You see, only the happy, nice kids got adopted. And that's when I started trying to be happy and nice all the time. Because the truth is, if you treat somebody really nicely, they'll...
You're no good at this damn game. They caught them, they caught the skunk.
Honey, would you hand me that large saucepan over there?
Oh, sure.
No, the one behind it, the really big one.
Couldn't sleep, so I'm having some tea. If that's okay with you, Prime Minister Botha.
Oh, I couldn't sleep either. I had a terrible nightmare.
Was it the recurring dream where you're a lonely old woman and your family doesn't want you, so they put you in a home and never come to...
Oh, I thought you were going to spend the night at Janet's. Well, on the way over there, I got to thinking, is there really any reason for me to be running away from Merrill? I mean, the man has paid his debt to society, hasn't he? After all, is there any man... Because I'm reasonable and kind and considerate, and I'm back in the game. I have a date tonight with a young man I met in the produce department at the market. I showed him how to thump a melon.
Here's a euphemism we haven't heard before.
I realized something. Just because every man in my... think I'd continue seeing him. Blanche Devereaux has never shared a man.
Or a pizza.
And what does that mean, you wrinkled old crow?
It means Fidel is interested in more than just a cheap thrill. He also wants a mind.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll see about that.
You're on, baby.
I'm upset because we haven't told her the truth about Buddy.
I thought everything turned out all right. She gave him the brush off. She didn't give him any money. He didn't even take the watch.
I know, but we're letting her live with a lie.
So a little lie gave her a lot of pleasure. What harm does that do?
Oh, I don't know.
Then what's the problem?
It doesn't seem $7 tip.
Don't be silly. I said a $6, $7 tip. Why don't these people learn English if they're going to live here? This is Miami. I'd have less trouble getting around Ecuador. Oh, I get it. Harry.
Ah, my pretty.
Oh, Harry.
Did you buy her?
No, I couldn't sell my car to Rose. She's my friend. My great-granddaddy always used to say there are two things you never sell to a friend, a car and a slave. Because if either one of them quits working, you'll never hear the end of it. Of course, they hanged my great-granddaddy. He said a lot of things he shouldn't have. What do you give me for it?
Getting close.
I see. So, what can I say? Will you do me one favor on your way out? Will you back over me with the car?
I knew you'd take it well. Look, Ma, I am going to continue seeing Stan, and there's nothing you can do to make me feel guilty about it. Where are you going?
He's bailing us out.
I lost butter, Queen. Haven't I suffered enough?
We'll draw straws.
No.
We'll flip a coin.
No!
Sophia, we had this all settled. Now try and be understanding.
Understanding, I came down here to bail you out, and you're still not letting me go?
Ma, will you stop complaining and get us out of here?
Where are your roommates?
Just a little depressed.
Really? You know, I'm depressed, too. What are you depressed about?
Alvin and I had a fight. I'm making a scarf for a friend I don't have anymore.
I know exactly how you feel. I made these for Fernando.
I thought you broke up with that.
We have a place to go home to, and so many people don't. We should keep them in our hearts and our minds, not just on Christmas, but every day of the year.
It's more than a place to go. It's having someone there for you. We have each other. There's always someone there.
That's right.
That's right, darling. So let's go home.
Look, I promise I'll be back in less than an hour. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Girls, you know what this cheesecake is missing?
Chocolate syrup.
Oh, I wonder if he has any.
I'll go look in the back.
I've done it for so long now, I don't know if I can get by without it.
Well, maybe this is a good time to start.
Rose is right. Listen, you're going to get an A in that class. We're going to help you do it. And as far as that professor is concerned, you should report him immediately.
You think I should?
Absolutely. You know, when I first started teaching, the school...
How can you say I look younger and more beautiful over the telephone? No, it's true. I just wondered how you knew over the telephone. You're kidding. That's great. Okay, I'll see you Friday at 4. Bye-bye. Oh, this is so exciting. Big Daddy's going to be here on Friday. Says he has a big... Really is. I just could never sell it. Not even to you all.
You had an affair with a priest.
Priest? I didn't say he was a priest. I said he was a man of the cloth. He was a fabric salesman. You know, we never made love again after that, but he did cover my lazy boy for free.
Wonderful, Blanche.
The point is, something in his eye says he wants you, and I think he...
Dirty talk?
Well, not Phil, for God's sake.
Dirty talk?
Morning, Sophia.
Morning, Ma.
Sophia.
Morning.
Dirty talk?
Later. There's a man in your bed.
Sophia, there's not.
And Ma, you were always a better bowler than I was.
I know, I do everything better than you. If this sauce was a person, I'd get naked and make love to her.
Hey, Ma, you know that doubles bowling tournament is next weekend. What do you say?
Yeah, I wish I had a codicil. I'll get it. Hello?
That's enough, Blanche. I spent a lot of time at that grief center, and I know what I'm talking about. Sophia, is that $47 the only thing that's bothering you? It's a big part of it. What else? The dress thing. I'm pregnant.
Rose!
Play nice, girls.
Oh, Sophia! She fainted. I always felt like I was cheating on you.
Oh, Blanche, every day I was gone, I always wished you'd find somebody who could make you happy. How many men?
2.
Oh, honey, you don't have to ask my forgiveness.
I'm a woman.
I think Amos and Andy are on the wireless tonight. What do you say we stay home and laugh our asses off?
Malcolm, I told you, I'm going out with the girls tonight.
Yeah, you always were the ladies' man, Tommy.
I will be holding the baby next to my bosom. What a magnificent picture. God, I wish that thing didn't look so sickly.
I don't care if you're paying for dinner. What you want to do is crazy.
It's time to go, Sophia.
This might be the ideal time to leave for that Mother's Day brunch.
I remember the last Mother's Day I spent with my mama. I was back in Virginia. Mom had been ill for some time, and she was recovering in a convalescent home. It was a lovely place.
You stay right there. I want you to...
Sophia, I don't believe this.
What's wrong, Blanche?
It's Derek. He's gone. What's more, nobody here has seen him or even knows him. And what's worse, I think maybe he stole my necklace. Can it be that his sweet words meant nothing? That he was just after my jewelry?
Blanche,
I've just never known how to turn him off. You tell him, Dorothy.
I would, Blanche, but remember, we just want to turn him off, not drain the sex drive completely out of him.
You know, I've always... You son of a... You put me through all this and I could have had Andy Rooney. David! Oh, David!
Is this your kid?
Honey, what happened to you?
Hey, it wasn't my fault, I promise.
He stowed away in the airplane lavatory when they landed in Miami, and the authorities picked him up in the duty-free shop in Freeport.
You went to the Bahamas?
I went to the bathroom.
which now?
Sophia. Well, Mrs. Claxton, how lovely to see you again.
Who are you?
I'm your neighbor, Blanche Devereaux.
Oh, yeah. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
I beg your pardon?
With my binoculars, I have a terrific view in your bedroom window.
Oh, hi, Ma.
Hello there. You guys ready for bed already? Yeah, I guess we are. We're very tired.
We took care of a lot of odds and ends around the house today. What did you do, Ma?
What did I do today? What I do every day.
And I wish you'd all just stop acting like you know what I'm going through, because you don't. You don't have any idea.
Well, Rose, I might not have any idea what it's like to feel the kind of dependency you do, but there was a time in my life when I tried quitting something.
Blanche, you don't mean...
Sex, Dorothy. I tried quitting.
Let's get the party started. This is my friend, Rose Nyland. I'll go get Ma. I'm sure she's anxious to get reacquainted.
Oh, then you've known Sophia before.
Yes, she was one of the residents a few years ago at a place I work called Shady Pines.
Buckeye, to assist Father Damien in his work with the lepers, you can find her hang gliding high above the Florida Keys.
Rose, where did you get that?
From your mother. Before she and I talked, I wasn't aware of any of it.
Blanche, let me ask you a question. Are you allowed to go back to Chattanooga?
Are you kidding? The sheriff still writes.
Expense.
At least Blanche kept her word. She didn't laugh.
And you know why? I was singing a little song in my mind, Camptown Races. I didn't hear a word you said. She said she had a date tonight and she wants you to go out with him.
You about Miles.
Drop him.
Ma.
When someone you trusted tells you something that later turns out not to be true, wash your hands of them. Give them a boot. Dump them.
A little bit of Gladys Goldfine slipping into this opinion, Ma.
Who else are we talking about?
Now I know how my friend Mary Jane von Helfenfelfer felt.
Wanted to.
You mean she has the energy, just not the desire?
Exactly. You know, her mother lived to be 94 and was active right up until the very end. I remember when Grandma was in a wheelchair, she was on the go from morning till night. But she always had time to talk to her grandchildren. Gee, if I close my eyes, I can... But you
No
just...
buts. I'm not going to sit here while people are being forced to throw in the towel. Have you ever seen what happens to a person when their brain is allowed to disintegrate and their minds turn completely to mush?
I won't go if you don't want me to, but I do want to go, so can I?
Would your mother let you go?
No.
Then go.
Thank you! Oh, you're the best! I'll see y'all later.
Isn't she something? I'm really proud of her. Now, if I could just manage to rope myself a doctor that easily.
Be back. What difference does it make if Pepe wins?
10 grand. Say what? 10 grand. If Pepe wins, the money's double. Didn't I mention that?
Hands up, Pepe. Come on. Ma, wait. Ma, get the music.
But the most wonderful thing about all this is Virginia and me. All that time we wasted hating each other from when we were kids. Now we're getting to know each other, and I just love her. I finally have a sister to love.
Trillo. Ma, this is Marguerite.
I'm pleased to meet you. Won't you join us?
Yeah, and pour me some of that champagne. I never know if I'm going to make it to New Year's. So what are we celebrating? Did the Supremes get back together?
You know, I really think you should go and lie down. You
To school to tell me you had the highest IQ in the borough.
But that's a coincidence. I was told I had the IQ of a borough.
Yeah, I had no idea. The brightest kid in Brooklyn? Well, that
Her name is Devereaux. Blanche Devereaux. Sophia, honey, you really ought to go out on the lanai. You're missing quite a shower.
I'm not missing anything. Where I'm from, the marriages are arranged.
Undefeated. Time I hung up my gloves.
Gloves? Boy, you do practice safe sex.
Sex is only good when your heart is in it. And that's the one organ I can't count on.
Oh, now, come on, Blanche, you don't know that.
It's a very expensive piece of jewelry.
Please, buddy.
I think I've taken enough from you and Charlie already.
What?
Listen, I hate emotional scenes. I'm the only Irishman in Boston who...
Thank you, and good night. Well, Ma?
5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, that's a little long. What should I cut?
After hearing that act, your throat.
She's the one.
I'm really happy for you.
So, Michael, when do we get to meet Lorraine?
Tomorrow, if that's okay. I already invited her. She's staying with her family in Miami Beach. We thought maybe we'd get the two families together Sunday.
Oh, terrific idea. I can't wait to meet her.
Before you do, Mom, there is something about her you should know.
Dorothy, do you feel like talking?
Oh, honey, if it can wait until morning, I'd really appreciate it. I'm exhausted.
Sure, I am too. Let's just get some sleep.
See ya. Oh, what did I ever see in that man?
Don't blame yourself. You were young, you were carefree. You were just one of those girls who marries the first guy who knocks her up.
Gee, this is really cool.
Yeah, I see that you've met...
Stanley.
Sophia, I came to get you.
Forget it. You kissed this pleasure palace goodbye when you stole that money.
Come on, get ready. You're going with me. I've got a brand new Harley Davidson out in the driveway.
I didn't know you could ride a motorcycle.
Can't. I pushed it.
Goodness, we had a terrific time. I really like Holly.
Holly, that has to be one of the funniest stories I've heard in ages.
Doesn't Rose ever tell St. Olaf stories?
All the time.
Hello, Blanche.
Hi, darling. Hi, Rose.
Head for dinner.
Rose, I'm not psychic. I just know Stan's idea of a night on the town.
You know, actually, it wasn't so bad. I kind of enjoyed myself. Well, I didn't have to work to impress him, and he knew he didn't have a prayer of impressing me, so we just kind of relaxed and had fun. We're doing it again tomorrow night.
I am the wolf, boom, boom, the big bad wolf, boom, boom, hello.
Really glad y'all are having such a good time.
Kirsten, I know this looks a little strange, but honestly it isn't.
Look, I really don't care. I'm thinking about my mother now.
Did you find out anything?
The show on the road.
Ma, I know you're in there.
The wedding is off.
She doesn't approve.
She doesn't approve. Now look here, Stretch. I have 100 cheese puffs and a sensitive assistant, both on the verge of collapse.
Whatever. That's throwing it in your honor. What?
Ma, I told you it was a secret.
Your secret, not mine.
Is this true?
Yes, it is.
And now that you feel like the dirt you wanted my daughter to eat, I think I'll go into the kitchen and have a nice hard candy.
Tie caught in the stamping machine. He'd have choked to death if I hadn't cut his tie with my Girl Scout knife. Well, he was so overwhelmed with gratitude, he let me check my book out for a whole week.
What's so special about that?
Oh, usually he'd only let you check a book out for an hour. Mr. Minky always said books belong in a library.
Well, I guess we should get back to work.
Oh, I suppose so, but you know, a big meal always makes me so sleepy.
Is that why you usually go right to bed after a date buys you dinner? They said they could stop it if they could sacrifice the town's dumbest virgin. I don't know why I raised my hand. It must have just been the excitement of the moment. But they said the only...
He's going to be late for the initiation ceremony.
Oh, take it easy, Feldman.
Hello, Billy Club? It's me, Moran. No, Moran the Cheese Man. Look, I need some fake ID to get out of the country. Yeah.
Sweetheart, if you want to grab some dinner, we'll have to take separate cars. I'm going to have to leave for home right from the restaurant.
Glenn, forget dinner. We need to talk.
You'd be able to help Peppy, too. Yeah, you can be a constant reminder of what might happen if you spar without headgear.
I mean, I might be able to help him with this. Hey, my name is Ann. My husband's name is Ed. We come from Ann and Riv, and we sell antlers.
This is ridiculous. The important thing is that we get our money.
You'll think about next week, Rose.
I will, Arnie.
Talk to you soon.
Well, it looks like you and Arnie are getting pretty serious.
Personally, I like to lay into a kid with a melon baller. It's got a nice weight, good balance in the hand, and it's portable.
My father used to punish us by sending us to the dairy barn to milk Alice.
Oh, what's so terrible about that?
You had to milk Alice sitting on a stool. Been working since 1904. Besides, they have a category for people over 80.
I think it's a terrific idea.
Maybe we ought to join.
We already did.
What did you say?
I said we already did.
Rose, I work all week. The last thing I want to do is walk 10 miles on a Saturday.
We won't be walking. We're going to sit.
Which is why you had to marry that stupid, lazy, no-good pinhead of a prince. This man is a prince. Come in, Stan.
I'm sorry I'm late. The rain really tied up the traffic. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hello, Mama Bear. Papa Bear.
Angela, that was the best meal I've ever had in my life.
Well, how good could it have been? You left half of it.
I ate every bite.
You don't know how much you mean to us.
And I love you. I love all my children. Even Phil? Sure. But don't tell him I want to borrow money.
Hi, girls.
He outran enemy fire at Iwo Jima, but phlebitis is the enemy he couldn't outrun tonight. And now, it's time to tango.
Blanche, I can't.
Well, I can't believe it. It was only yesterday you were selling us cookies.
Now she's giving them away.
Mary, honey, have you told your father?
Well, I tried, but since Mom died, I don't know. We're just on different wavelengths.
Well, honey, what about the baby's father? I mean, after all, it's his responsibility, too.
Proud it's an Ann. Hello, Reverend Mother. Ma, you look holier than thou today.
Save it, Sister Suckup. How'd you explain this note I found in the suggestion box?
Well, you said we needed more money for the new chapel. I thought that would be a good fundraiser.
Well, honey, for starters, you talk in your sleep.
And let's face it, you know Dick Cavett awake.
I do not talk in my sleep.
Oh, yes, you do too, and you snore.
No, I don't. Dorothy snores.
Oh, that's right. Dorothy, I swear you snore worse than a sailor passed out at an adult motel after a night of umbrella.
Fail for 18 years, you and Charlie?
Yeah, of course. Right after dinner.
Well, no wonder you never heard of I Love Lucy.
Of course, as it turned out, I was just overreacting. I mean, it was... Mr. Sandman,
Yes?
bring me a dream.
On a crack, break your mother's back. It doesn't work. I know. I tried.
I vote no.
Well, I agree with Ma. I mean, why should we get involved in something that might be dangerous?
Dorothy, if it was going to be dangerous, they wouldn't let us get involved.
Blanche has a point. And besides, if anything happens, we've got the police right here with us.
Maybe.
Bad girl. I'm a bad girl.
Rose,
She's a bad girl.
look, Rose, we have to talk. Please, sit down a second.
I don't deserve to sit.
Rose, what are you talking about?
Oh, Dorothy, you can't see my dark side.
Oh, sure. Your husband or your boyfriend dumped you. Oh, honey, don't let it get you down. It's just the nature of the beast. They'd do it in the mud if they had to. You just go sleep with his best friend. That'll even up the score.
Am I on candid camera?
You.
Good morning.
Well, kid, what do you want?
I changed my mind. I was wrong to ask for all those gifts.
Dorothy, you see, I knew she'd come to her senses.
I decided cash is better. That way I can buy exactly what I want.
I'll get my purse.
No. Directions on it.
Oh, honey, we've made these Sundays hundreds of times. We don't need directions.
No, I mean directions for the wedding. I promised to get the cake there by 8 o'clock.
Do you believe her? She doesn't stop for a minute.
I don't agree with it, but I do understand the thinking behind it. My granddaddy was the same way. He always said, idle hands are the devil's workshop.
You suffered enough.
Well, if it'll help bring in the crops.
Oh, you cannot possibly believe that abstaining is going to change the weather.
But I don't think you realize how powerful sex is.
Honey, that took a lot of courage.
You all right?
No! This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, come on, honey, it's not that bad.
I made a Borgnine. I just fixed a special treat for David. It's the same little after-school snack I used to make for my own son. A triple-decker BLT, a hearty helping of homemade potato salad, and a great big slice of double chocolate fudge cake.
Oh, where was he going after school? The electric chair? After what happened, I realized it isn't.
And you don't want to become involved with someone who could get hurt every time he goes out to work.
I'm sorry, Al.
That's not the first time I've heard it. I understand.
Thanks. You take good care of yourself, yeah?
You kept a diary about raising 2 pigs.
You know another way to get a 4-H pig diary badge? No, even surgical stockings only have so much elastic.
Hello. Wants this marriage to happen. So instead of fighting, why don't we all sit down and try to figure a way out of this mess?
You like cheesecake?
Can Ella shatter glass?
I'm getting married. What do you think about that?
I think it's a mistake.
To wear all that makeup.
I know it's fast, but I just don't know when I'll find another like him. He just, oh, girls, he makes me feel so good, so young, so happy.
Oh, Rose.
Are you telling us that you got your date out of the phone book?
Well, Blanche should make it sound like I found him in the yellow pages. It's not like I don't.
Gee, you made that pack of dogs look very realistic. But Rose, the revolution in Czechoslovakia was a peaceful one. Nobody was chased by a pack of dogs.
But they're good dogs, Rose.
You are not going to believe this. My sister Charmaine.
Oh, me? Looks kind of lavender to me.
Oh, I hated those drapes.
Lavender's a great color on me. Brings out my eyes.
Your eyes aren't lavender.
Girls! Blanche, who's the father?
The father? Gee, I don't know.
Well, you'd better figure it out. When was your fertile period?
Question number 1. Was the object you saw more triangular or cylindrical?
No, triangular.
Was it blue in color?
Yes.
Did it leave a faint trail of yellow exhaust?
Yes, it did.
Very good. Ms. Bornak, there's a perfectly simple explanation for what you saw.
Well, I always knew that.
Blanche, I took her to the airport so she could catch a plane to be with this guy Miles. He must really be something.
So is Rose.
So, either of you ladies care to dance?
Doug, you left here with another woman. You were going to take her to your place. Now you come back here and ask us if we...
Had his eye on me, so I took out your hairspray and gave my hair a final spritz. Only, surprise, it wasn't hairspray. It was mace. You had mace. Your hairspray was mace. I maced myself right there in the police station. Almost
Big hand.
Hi, girls. How are you holding up?
Oh, fine. Just doing fine.
Terrific.
You know, this reminds me of the big dance back in St. Olaf to kick off Pretzel Week. My Uncle Gunther, after the great beer nut shortage of 29.
Fouls!
This isn't what it looks like.
I know. I was listening at the door.
Why were you listening at the door?
Because I'm not tall enough to see through the window.
on pie recipe.
Tell me, Blanche, during any of this, would the farmhand suddenly break into a chorus of them old cotton fields
Well, maybe I am exaggerating just a touch, but not about Big Daddy. Oh, he's a very special man. He
changed my mind. I was wrong to ask for all those gifts.
Dorothy, you see, I knew she'd come to her senses.
I decided cash is better. That way I can buy exactly what I want.
I'll get my purse.
No, Blanche, I'm not going to let you do that. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and if after all...
He could eat corn on the cob. Of course, he didn't actually get a lot of it into his mouth. So they'd cream what fell on his pants, and he'd eat it later.
Why don't you two run along the store? I'll just stay here with Emily.
Come on, let's go to that all-night market over...
How do you know that?
When you reach my age, you get pretty good at spotting the 12 warning signs of death.
What are they?
Number 1, your children start visiting during the week. Number 2, your doctor won't let you post-date a check.
Are there any applicants for the new production assistant's job coming in this afternoon?
They'll be here at 2.
Hi.
How do you do, madam? I am Enrique Mas.
Mrs. Nyland is here on an age discrimination complaint.
I can assure you I will try very hard to help you.
Could I ask you something? I heard you mention you're going to be hired...
Still can.
And you're going to be all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Good night.
Get yourself a good night's sleep.
Good night.
Oh, Blanche, just out of curiosity, were they in the dream?
It does seem a little insensitive.
No, it's not. You're just tired.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I better be going.
No, you just stay right where you are. Now, Rose.
I can't sleep.
Try counting sheep.
I can't.
Say that the cause of death was a stab wound inflicted by a steak knife. We know Miss Devereaux had steak for dinner. Given these facts, unless somebody has something else, we got enough to make an arrest.
My, Mr. Officer, I do declare your sweet words could charm the morning dew right off the honeysuckle.
Charlie. Thanks for calling.
Now can we go eat?
No, I haven't heard from Michael yet.
Fine. Wait for your phone call. My blood sugar will drop and I'll have a stroke. This corsage will...
No. Heart attack at his age. Now, I spoke to him just a couple of weeks ago. He was fine. Oh, he said he'd put on some weight, but to die trying on knockoffs that big gals pay less. It's just all...
September.
Yep.
I'm surprised you were able to walk in October.
Just think, girls, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Doctor said. Tell her what the doctor...
Ma's fine, okay?
And?
I need a hearing aid, all right? I took the test just to show her there was nothing to it, and turns out
Hi. I've come to pick up my brother.
Well, if it isn't Mrs. Caligula. Come on in and pull up a whip.
You two have a lot of explaining to do.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I told them we're married.
Morning, Sophia. What are you doing?
I'm levitating, Rose. Get lost. Come back here. You didn't deserve that. You're a good kid.
कामाची धामाची माझी दौंडी उठवली कामाची धामाची माझी दौंडी उठवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली केव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय येईना केव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय येईना पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इतक्यात आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमात पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमात पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बची मी कटवली झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बची मी कटवली स्नॅपचॅटवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली स्नॅपचॅटवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली उशिरा का होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली मयशी केला विषय पूर्ण सनित चिंता मिटवली मयशी केला विषय पूर्ण सनित चिंता मिटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी